Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, but welcome back to the Whistleblower series, where I discuss things going on with YouTube that is absolutely asinine. And I believe I'm a tad bit late to this scene, but the point remains that YouTube is doing something that I feel like we need to just cover in a quick video. So I just want to talk about a few things. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. So obviously, what we're talking about is the attempt by YouTube to move away from the dislike button. Now, I just want to say for the record that it isn't necessarily fully implemented, it's just in testing on certain channels and whatnot. Now, personally, I see this as a bad move as it directly impacts how people can interact with a content creator. People, usually, like I usually personally say, rate the video what you think it deserves, And that is because, as far as I'm concerned, it is your right to rate it whatsoever you believe that the video deserves, be it good or bad. YouTube is basically saying that we should get rid of that because of the fact that I guess they feel like, certain videos shouldn't be disliked, as you will see on the video right now that I'm showing. But this is an issue, and I'm just really gonna be honest with you folks, it's bad, but it's not really the main issue here. You see, the main issue that I'm going to just talk about that, some may get offended, is, we are the reason that, stuff like this isn't gonna go away. Oh, TCD, whatever do you mean? Well, my friend, here's the thing. The problem is, YouTube always does this. They do something that we say no to, they do something that we don't like, they do it anyway, we get upset, and then silence. We accept it and just say whatever. Look at Kappa. To this day, kid channels, pretty much have no way to interact with their community. Their subscribers, all of that stuff is literally, hidden and whatnot. And comments aren't on the videos, likes and dislikes aren't on the videos, they have no way to interact with them. And this brings me to another point I'm going to make. The main problem here is YouTube needs competition. Plain and simple. Competition is usually going to encourage a platform, or a company in general, to get their crap together, But the fact of the matter is, even with other platforms, and let's be honest, they're not necessarily as good as YouTube because they are literally competing with YouTube, for goodness sake. There are just too many freaking lazy people, frankly, to try them. I tell people all the time about other platforms, but some literally just say, oh yeah, I'll try it or whatnot. But some usually don't even know. Most don't even know, right? And that's because, keep in mind that YouTube, again, is owned by one of the biggest monopolies on the planet in the form of Google. These other platforms are literally competing with a multi-billion-dollar company. And to make matters worse, the people that they are targeting and saying, hey, don't you want your free speech? Don't you want to be able to be as creative as you want to? Who keep complaining about YouTube are not even willing to try a different one. What do you have to lose to try another platform? You type something in a freaking, bar and boom. That's that. The only thing I can imagine you losing is time. I know this may come off as a bit like I'm attacking you, and I'm not necessarily trying to. I'm just saying, the truth of the matter is I'm really sick of people saying we need to do something about YouTube, and then they just sit here and keep eating the BS that YouTube is feeding them. Can you imagine if, creators let's say the big threes, Pewds, Jack, and Mark, right? Let's say that they just left YouTube for 1 month and uploaded on different platforms and whatnot, to encourage people to try them out. That could really give these platforms the jump that they need to get going and whatnot. I believe when Ninja was streaming on Mixer, that really helped Mixer's numbers get boosted. So we need to cut the crap in the realm of just talking about the fact that, oh, there's problems with YouTube. Let's start going to other platforms and show YouTube that we're serious, and yeah, we will be willing to put up with a platform that may not necessarily be as good as YouTube in the sense of, all cleaned up because it's not as funded, because at least over there they're supporting free speech and they're actually supporting creators, than to keep putting up with YouTube's crap. So in short, this is my main response to this, folks. YouTube is continuing to get worse and worse, and more people are agreeing that, yeah, it's getting bad. But here's the question. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep just saying that it's bad and whatnot and just stay on YouTube and keep eating the BS? Or are you going to at least try and see other platforms? Contrary to what you might believe, from these, content creation programs that are, helping content creators, a lot of times it's within their best interest to stay on YouTube's good side, so they're just not going to expose the fact that, yeah, maybe you should consider other platforms. That is the only way that YouTube is going to get better with competition. So again, what are you going to do? Are you going to just keep eating the BS, or are you going to just say, you know what, put the money where your mouth is, and say, alright YouTube, you've been feeding me BS, I'm going to go to a different platform. Plain and simple. But with that being said, this is going to go ahead and conclude my thoughts on the matter. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And as always, rate the video what you think it deserves. And do that while you can, because maybe one of these days that dislike button isn't going to be there. Tell me what you want to see in the future in the comments below. Feel free to check out my Amino, linked in the description, as well as my YouTube channel. Excuse me, not my YouTube channel. As well as my BitChute, linked in the About Me page of my channel. I would like to thank you all for watching. God bless, and I will see you next time.